He looked invincible before lockdown, scoring runs, pretty decent strike rate, 140 plus, average over 50. And then since December 2020, one score of 50, and the last 3 innings, we know exactly what's happened. So I'm not saying you can blame it on the lockdown, but certainly whatever time out he's had from the game, he'd like that one score. 5 or 6 balls, as Virat said, Zaheer.
Well, there's an old saying in cricket, isn't it? When your purple patch is going on, just keep playing. Don't take breaks. Be it for workload management or anything. I've always believed in when you are in form, when your rhythm is good, that much less work for you to prepare for matches. And in KL's case, it's actually proven example. The break has not helped him for whatever reasons. Yes, COVID is something which no one had control over. But a break can affect your rhythm. A break can affect your mindset. That is very evident, very clear with KL. He is not been part of the Test playing 11 in Australia and then England as well. So he's had a longish break from international cricket, and that is something which has certainly affected him in terms of footwork. He's trying to feel for the ball, and that's why something which we've not seen often from KL, where we're just pushing at the ball. When you are in good form, the things just fall into place. And right now, as a batsman, KL is trying to feel that bat on ball, and he's in the process missing out on his footwork, missing out on few cues to get that rhythm going. Like Virat said, I think it's just about you're just one innings away from good form. So hope that is the case with KL, and he gets that one sweet spot off the back foot, which KL Rahul usually is known for, that back foot punch which he plays through that point region. If he gets that going, suddenly everything falls into place. So hope that is the case with him today.
But should he have had that break? And the reason I'm asking the question, gentlemen, is that yes, if he's not going to be part of your Test 11, maybe for one game he's there, and there were of course issues of quarantine, etc. But there was the opportunity for him to play the Vijay Hazare Trophy, and that would have been invaluable. Michael, any chance you get of playing a county game, playing a domestic game, take it.
Yeah, I mean, if you can, the bio bubble is not easy for any player, but I find it, very, looking from the outside in, for those that are just in the squad and not playing, it must be so difficult, because they know that they're not going to play. They have to stay in the bubble because quarantine times. They obviously have to be there in case there is a COVID case, in case there's an injury. So you're basically just practicing without any real intensity, because your practice is always more intense when you're going to get a game. But when you're just around the squad and you're just hanging out, you're playing loads of table tennis, bit of Xbox, whatever they do in those bubbles, loads of Zoom calls, loads of FaceTime. Before you know it, your mind's gone a little bit scrambled. So I do feel for those players that are in the bubbles and not playing any cricket, and particularly when they're looking away from the international scene, and there is a domestic competition that's taking place that they could be playing in. I'm hoping then look at that in the summer. If there are going to be bubbles around the team, for the New Zealand series, really pick and choose which players go into that bubble as the backup players, because I think the majority of players just want to be playing cricket, and if you can get them to be playing county cricket, obviously it's going to give them a better chance of getting into some kind of form. Then when they come back into the bubble, into the team, at least they've got a bit of game time behind them. It's very difficult when you've been sat pretty much filling up the water bottles for 2 or 3 months, and all of a sudden you've got to go and try and find that rhythm once again. So I kind of understand KL Rahul, and also KL Rahul, I don't know him that well, but I'm guessing he's the kind of character that does like to go out and does like to go out eating and kind of socialising. And when you can't do that as a player, it's very, very difficult. So I completely understand why some players are struggling in this bio bubble world.